Hello and welcome to New Awakening Theology. In this video, we'll be looking at Christ's commandment, do not swear at all. A man was in the witness stand. The lawyer says, "Now, sir, I'm sure you are an intelligent and honest man." Man says, "Thank you. If I weren't under oath, I'd return the compliment." I've memorized the Hippocratic Oath. It goes clack, 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 clack. To be fair, it's the hungry, Hippocratic Oath. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss any future videos. The commandment we are looking at in this video is about swearing oaths, not about using bad language. We'll save that for another time. In Matthew 5:33-37, Jesus said, "Again you have heard that it was said to the people long ago, 'Do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord the vows you have made.' But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make even one hair white or black. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one." When Jesus is talking about oaths here, he is talking about ceremonial oaths. These were oaths taken by the Jews, mainly the Pharisees, and were part of the time and culture. Jesus was opposed to these oaths because they were all about fooling the people. That is, the Pharisees and other religious leaders would swear impressive sounding oaths that were false. The oaths were forms of words that were designed to impress. The oaths may be a vow to pay money in return for some service or to perform some deed for someone else. The oath would involve swearing on something such as your father's grave or heaven or earth or on your head or heart or any number of impressive sounding things. The oath did not mean anything and was often broken. Some Christians have taken this commandment to teach that we must not, under any circumstances, take any oaths at all. So they refuse to take an oath in a court of law, in a marriage ceremony, or any other situation. But if that were the case, this teaching would be inconsistent with other scripture teachings. The law specifically commands God's people to swear their oaths in his name. Deuteronomy 6:13-14 says, "You shall worship him and swear by his name. You shall not follow other gods, any of the gods of the people who surround you." See, Jesus is not saying that oaths could never be made. He says that swearing of oaths, as practiced by the scribes and Pharisees, was evil in its entirety, because they swore their oaths by everything except God, and a foolish attempt to get around the responsibility to God. In the Old Testament, oaths were to be sworn in God's name only. They were for affirming important matters, not trivial matters, and they were to be true. Oaths were used to resolve disputes, seal agreements or covenants, or affirm important declarations. Hebrews 6:16 speaks of the first purpose of oaths, an oath given as confirmation as an end of every dispute. In the Old Testament, when you swore by someone, you were involving that person as a witness to attest to your words and be a judge against you if your comments were found to be untrue. You are involving the name of one whose witness is reliable and trustworthy. At the same time, you acknowledged your accountability to that person if you were found to be speaking falsely. This is why the law said that God's people were to swear by him alone, not by any other God and not by any created thing. Jesus is not saying that oaths could never be made. He is saying that the swearing of oaths, as practiced by the scribes and Pharisees, was evil in its entirety, because they swore their oaths by everything except God and a foolish effort to get around their responsibility to God. The Pharisees tried to get around swearing to God by swearing to other things in hopes that they would not be held accountable for lying. And this is evil, and it makes oaths an instrument of evil. Only an oath made in God's name so God can hold you accountable is acceptable to God. Now, in my next video, we'll discuss Christ's commandment, do not resist an evil person. Now be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and have a great day.